Hello viewer, and welcome to my final presentation that I'm definitely not attempting to submit in a timely manner. Weird Science starred the only geek to ever exist in the 1980s, Anthony Michael Hall, as Gary Wallace. Gary Wallace and his friend Wyatt Donnelly was portrayed by Ian... No? Is that an L? Ian? Huh. Oh, I get it. Elon Mitchell Smith. Anyways, Gary and Wyatt are really tired of being those two losers and bully victims of the school.
Yo! Check us out!
Instead of actually conversing with a woman, they decide they would build one instead. Besides, what's so hard about building your own girlfriend? Who needs a long-distance relationship in Canada anyways?
Well, what about your girl in, Canada?
She was in Canada. This girl's no morals. You know, I don't like that on a girl. It's rough having those kind of relationships, you'll see. She lives in Canada. I met her at Niagara Falls. You wouldn't know her.
So go ahead and plug in your computer with less processing power than a toaster to hack a government computer with more RGB lighting than a nightclub, strap a bra on your head, and make sure to tap that flashing enter key to watch the entire world around you fall apart. Wait for 15 minutes with the oven preheated to 450 degrees and... Whoa, sorry, my bad. That's more like it. You've got yourself a 1980s sex symbol. Weird Science not only showcased the talents of different actors and actresses, but it gave an opportunity for some to break through to the spotlight. Bill Paxton, the only person to be killed by an alien, a predator, and a Terminator, gave us Chet, Wyatt's military brother. Although he may have always carried around a rubber shotgun, he also gave us this iconic laugh.
Cold-blooded, Jason. He's an asshole. Look at his haircut. Anybody with a haircut like that, you know he's an asshole.
Bill Paxton is also premiered in Nightcrawler, Apollo 13, Twister, and one of my personal favorites, Call of Duty Exo-Zombies.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Arlene, get me security. No. All of it.
Unfortunately, Paxton passed away on February 25th, 2017 due to heart complications after surgery. However, we will always remember his legacy through hard copies of Laserdisc, VHS tapes, and DVDs. Besides, who could ever forget this? Yikes.
I'm sorry, Wyatt. I'm sorry for being such a shit to you all these years. And gee, well, I want you to know that I love you.
That's nasty, Wyatt.
Weird Science was directed by John Hughes and written by a man with a similar name, John Hughes, and was released to theaters in 1985. The film has since received two different kinds of reviews, either very positive or very negative. Nick Rogers from the Midwest Film Journal said, "Think of Weird Science as a vanilla sky for John Hughes. It's anomalous to his usual genre, but analogous to trials and tribulations found in his other work." Cool. And then we have the negative Nancys, such as,
"It should be obvious, if you're someone with even basic knowledge of 80s comedies, that John Hughes is a legend of this era. He's written and directed some of the most iconic teen comedies of the year. It's about blah 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 blah."
But whether or not you like the movie, there are some ups and downs for the film. Here's why I think it was a great movie. Number 1. Stunning visual graphics ahead of its time. I mean, just take a look at this. This puts the standard of hacking procedures of today to shame. Number 2. The 1980s teen stereotypical genre. Like other John Hughes films, Weird Science follows the classic general stereotyping of high school students, from jocks to geeks to popular girls. Number 3. The theme song. What could scream 80s more than a new wave theme itself, written by Oingo Boingo? Oingo Boingo featured Danny Elfman on lead vocals, the same Danny Elfman who would go on to compose The Simpsons theme and score movies such as Batman, Beetlejuice, Mission Impossible, and Spider-Man. But with the good comes the bad and the ugly. Let's take a look at what could have been better. Number 1. The female portrayal. Of course, in today's society, this movie would have been ridiculed. The objectification of Lisa and the other girls was a 14-year-old's dream back then, but today, it wouldn't fly. Number 2, Mad Max. I thought this was pretty weird. Gary and Wyatt are tested by Lisa to stand up for themselves, but I thought this scene was super out of place in the movie. Number 3, Anthony Michael Hall. I'm not sure why, but it seemed as if John Hughes had a very small contact book for castings. Anthony Michael Hall has appeared in at least 3 different John Hughes movies and played the same role, a geek. Maybe this could mean they're all tied together somehow. Either way, I'd be more interested in seeing someone else play the role of Gary.
Outlet is tossing off to magazines in the bathroom.
Oh, Gary! Oh, Ma, I never tossed off to anything.
You told me you were combing your hair.
But I was. Mom,
Gary, shut up.
I've never
The
tossed
water's
my
running
chicken.
all
Look,
day
I've never
long.
shut up to
You're
anything.
combing
I've never
your
tossed
hair.
off. Shut up.
You're
I've never tossed off.
You tell your own mother.
Shut up.
The film went on to debut a TV show called, you guessed it, Weird Science, and starred an entirely different cast. The show went on from 1994 to 1998, with the final 6 episodes unaired until a much later date. Weird Science can definitely be argued as one of the top 1980s Hughes films. Although it probably wouldn't be accepted in today's environment, we can rewatch it over and over to remember that good old 80s nostalgia. Oh, you thought I would forget? Of course I didn't. Babyface Iron Man, also known as Robert Downey Jr., was in this movie.
Pinsky.
Thanks for watching, and go create your own girlfriend.